All right. Well, I am super excited. We haven't done this week though. There's been a lot of requests. This Marvel video has come out, and it's called Marvel Celebrating the Movies. Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movies, I believe it's called. And this came across, and one of our editors is like, yeah, maybe do a reaction, but, you know, it's not really your style of reaction necessarily. But we're like, well, that might be a fun thing to do on the podcast. So we've planned on doing it on the podcast for a while, despite every day people being like, you guys have fucked up not watching this. So we're going to be watching this Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movies. Rick, are you confident on the audio?
Meh.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Meh. My audio is working, so I'm okay.
Mine is also working. We're going to be watching this separately, and then hopefully it syncs up. But, yep, if there are any problems with the actual video, we'll try to solve those on the YouTube release later. But hopefully we're going to be all good here, ready to go. So you guys got the video up?
Yes, I do.
I am ready.
All right, we're going to... Hold on a second. Mine is buffering real quick in a weird fashion. Okay. All right, we're going to start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
I love being with people.
Oh, man, I'm
It's the
so
most
happy it's
incredible
Stan Lee.
thing in the
Stan.
world.
That's so
What are
great.
you doing? Oh, this is nice.
That world may change and evolve. But the one thing that will never change, we're all part of one big family.
I'm not crying just because of Stan Lee.
I know, man. Stan Lee is just...
That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
That's right.
That's good. I like that.
We're all part of one universe.
Yes, King.
Moves ever upward and onward to greater glory.
Oh, it's a theater reaction. All of these are so good.
Dude, theater reactions are...
Dude, watch theater reactions from India. They go crazy. Dude, I remember being in the theater this night. It was so fucking hype.
That moment's still so good.
Oh man, it had the guy from Iron Man in it at the last second there. Oh, all right, Black Widow.
But I'm done running from my past. We have unfinished business.
Who's we?
Oh, a lot of footage in this one. Okay. Shang-Chi.
I'm really interested on this one. 'Cause I don't know like anything about it. I hope the fighting's good.
Oh, it's good.
When you
I hope
love
the editing's good.
something,
I'm sure the fighting will
Ah,
be good.
Eternals. Ah, Rob.
Oh, hey. Angelina Jolie there.
Hell yeah. There's a fast
we're the
one.
ones who changed everything.
Are you gonna show me something?
Wait, oh.
Fuck. Okay.
Multiverse of Madness. Love and Thunder.
Ah,
Wakanda
fuck.
Forever.
The Marvels.
What's... Huh.
Ant-Man, the Wasp,
Quantumania.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm so excited for that.
First family, Rick.
Fantastic Four.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
See you at the movies.
Dude, we finally might get Reed Richards.
Oh, that was great.
They got me too many times.
Rick's like, it's a lie.
Nope.
Well, they cheated with Stanley.
Dude, the Stan Lee thing. Dude, I'll see him in Marvel movies sometimes now.
I know.
And, like, I know he's coming, and it'll choke me up just seeing that. Dude, when we were watching Agent Carter, You know, and it was like man, he had already passed, and it's like, man, how many more of these kind of things are there where I haven't seen a Stan Lee cameo, and it caught me there when we were watching that. Dude, the Eternals stuff looked. I mean, there wasn't much there, but it was nice to get a little glimpse of that.
No, I mean that's the first look we've had at it at all. I mean, we've had a Shang-Chi trailer, but Eternals, we had Salma Hayek in here. We had Angelina Jolie. Is that right?
Angelina Jolie's there.
Cool looking, not very well made sword. I don't know. Looks like it might bend. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Eternals. There was like a speedster at one point in there, but it does say the Eternals November 5th. Like all of these had
November 5th of 2021.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Black Widow. What we have? Black Widow, Eternals, and Shang-Chi all this year. Then
Yeah. So
when was
Black Widow's July 9th. Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings is September 3rd.
when was Spider-Man? Was that this year or next year?
November 5th Eternals. Spider-Man is
It's
December 17th.
this year. Dang. So
December
November
17th.
and December is both a Marvel movie.
Fuck.
Dude, we get 4 this year.
For a second, I'm like, wait, are we gonna see some Spider-Man shit?
No.
No.
I want to, but I also don't want to. I almost want to not know
I get you.
anything. Because, like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now we have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, March 25th, 2022. Thor: Love and Thunder, May 6th, 2022, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, July 8th.
I'm so curious on what they're
Me
going to do
too.
there.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't announced what they're doing, right? Because I've heard back and forth between
just
like
that they had to do a rewrite. That's
Just
all
that
we
they're
know.
not recasting the role.
Yeah,
I've heard that,
recasting
but
the
I've
role.
also heard ideas of like I've heard like fan ideas, and I've
Yeah.
also heard like using a sister,
I mean,
you
if they're
know,
not
and like some
recasting
different things.
the role, why call
Sure.
it Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, not just Wakanda Forever?
Well, you don't have to recast T'Challa.
T'Challa.
See, the Black
I was,
Panther.
I was
is a
trying to make sure I didn't say
yeah.
Siege because Siege has T'Chaka.
Yeah.
I'm like that's not it. T'Challa.
So T'Challa is just one person that's hold the mantle of the Black Panther.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. You know, like you have you have Spider-Man and you have Spider-Man, but there was Peter Parker Spider-Man and there's Miles Morales Spider-Man,
yeah.
right?
I
So
just wasn't sure what they meant by recasting.
you don't have to recast him, but you could still have Black Panther's mantle be picked up, right? Because
Yeah.
didn't he also there was Black Panther beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Like
His
he
father.
wasn't the first Black Panther, so it's just passing it down to someone else. So it'd be really interesting to see what they do with that. I mean, it's kind of in some of my thoughts of like what I was thinking with Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
When they had done 2 movies and then Carrie passed, and it's like, well, what are they gonna do with that role in the last movie and whatnot? You know, like how do they either take what they already filmed and work around it, but in this situation, I don't think they have that kind of stuff. You know, so it's like, well, what do you do now with the character going forward? So I'm really interested to see what they do there.
After that, we have the Marvels.
That
Which
is
is-
Ms. Marvel's little thing, right? Is that what
Well,
it is?
no,
it looks
so-
like her logo.
That's what it
So,
reminds me of.
I believe that when we watched that thing back, how long ago was it? They mentioned that Miss Marvel would appear with Captain Marvel, I believe. So I think the Marvels is Captain Marvel too.
Yeah.
And
Well, so
Miss Marvel.
that is Ms. Marvel's thing there, and then you get Captain Marvel's little thing in the A.
And then I would not be surprised at all if we didn't get Monica from WandaVision, who also is connected with
Sure.
Miss Marvel. as
Rambo?
well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's next November. Do we think Quantumania? That's a heck of a name right there.
Heck of a name. I mean, the quantum realm, I don't know.
We've been there before,
We did.
limitedly.
We've
been
used it to
there
time travel now.
twice, right? Well, I guess 3 times if you count the time travel
3
thing,
times,
right?
yeah.
Because that's where he went before, and that's how he beat Wasp, and then we do it again later on with him surviving coming out of the blip, right? Coming out of all that stuff happening.
Yeah.
And then he uses it for time travel. So
I believe that when we watched that thing too, didn't they say that this was going to have, I think, one of your favorite characters in it from Marvel,
Kang?
Kang the Conqueror.
I do love me some Kang.
So that's going to be fun. Then we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't know when the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is supposed to happen, but they're also filming that as well.
Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I would assume December.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
But this year or next year, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
So
for the holiday special? Yeah. And then Fantastic Four. There's no date for Fantastic Four. It's just Fantastic Four, right? There's nothing else that could be.
Yeah.
it has to be Fantastic Four.
Yeah, like it has to be.
Well, I mean, this is Marvel Phase 4. I think it's really on the nose and fun to introduce the first family in Phase 4. So you could play a couple different ways with that. We also had
Where the hell were they this whole time?
Well, I mean, we're mutants. We're other things. We could be opening up the multiverse, Rick.
Yeah, but there's a Reed Richards in every multiverse.
That's true.
Like that's canon.
Well, I mean, they're not all always the smartest, right? Maybe this one is just like a hillbilly. You don't know. No, I trust Kevin Feige to bring us some good, interesting twists with that. But in terms of 4, we also it's not in here, but they did confirm a Captain America 4 movie starring Anthony Mackie. That's going to be coming out. So rather than going into another season, we'll be getting a movie with Captain America.
See, that was one thing I was wondering too. Is like, is this something that we get more seasons of? Is this just the middle part that we transition? And you know what? I'm fine with them using a basically 6-hour movie, right? Because like it gave them more time and told a fun story that I enjoyed to get him from point A to point B. And now you can go into that being like, well, here's what that story was. Now we have Captain America here. Yeah, which will be really fun.
I mean, that's all for this trailer here, which it was really good. I really enjoyed the Stan Lee voiceover, especially the
brother and sister part.
That guy, he's your brother. She's your sister.
Now,
that's so good.
Is that Stan Lee recording?
That's a Stan Lee recording. I'm not exactly what from, but
because
undoubtedly
they're
him.
Getting very good at making.
True.
Like
I get you.
AI voices now.
Yeah. No, I mean. The great thing about Stan is we have 90 years of him being one of the best self-promoters in the entire world. So there's a lot of recording for him. Yep.
Dude,
from a 2017 video, people were saying. An interview.
It's interesting having, like, Shang-Chi and Eternals, I don't really know anything about. So I'm excited for that because of that. Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know a lot about Guardians of the Galaxy. And that was a really fun those are fun movies to watch of these characters I don't really know. So I'm excited for those for that reason, but then I
feel
that also
like stabs you in the back, like in Humans.
Sure. But then
I knew some stuff about Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was a whole different crew in the movie from like what I knew before.
Sure.
Is this one of those bad movie things, Rick?
No.
No. At the end of Guardians 2, there's that other team with Sylvester Stallone. They were the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Michael Rosenbaum, Lex Luthor from Smallville, was the ice guy in that movie. Oh. Hell yeah.
That movie. When was that movie come out? Has that been out for a while then?
They'll probably be in the 3rd volume, I bet you.
Maybe.
But then after those, like the next few movies, I feel like there's a lot of things they could do with the new Spider-Man, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm not too sure, but then the other one is the Quantumania.
Yeah.
Like I feel like those 3, like there's so many routes of things you could do with like the storylines and the characters, and especially what we were setting up in kind of like WandaVision and whatnot, and how like things could like lead into other stuff. So I'm interested to see what they do with those.
Me too. There's also, I mean, there's projects that have been announced previously, like Blade. They're going to be bringing Blade back in the Marvel MCU.
Oh, really?
Remember them talking about that? And the guy that played Cottonmouth is going to be
Oh,
playing
yeah.
it.
That's right. I remember that now.
They announced that a long time ago.
I remember us talking about Cottonmouth. I'm like, oh, man, he was so good in Luke Cage.
So good. And he's not obviously just known for Luke Cage. It's so easy for us to think
No,
of him.
that's what I've seen him in. I know he was also...
How do you say his name? I can't remember.
I know he was also in House of Cards, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen House of Cards.
Yep.
There was something else, too, that he was in, and I haven't seen that either. But I only really know him as Cottonmouth. And I loved him as Cottonmouth. But... well...
And then, eventually they're going to bring the mutants in here at some point. We'll have more X-Men. They're going to have to do something with Daredevil at some point, so Ghost Rider will be back. They'll eventually get there.
I kind of hope whenever they bring in the She-Hulk doing lawyer stuff there, they just bring Matt Murdock in.
I know.
Just introduce him in that, and there you go.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Charlie Cox. So that, I think, would be really cool to see.
And then Deadpool as well.
It's going to be weird having a Kang story without Captain America.
Deadpool. Is Deadpool going to be part of
we're having a Mandarin story without Iron Man.
I suppose that's true.
Will it be an MCU Deadpool?
Deadpool is going to be in the MCU, and it will be rated R.
But is it gonna be? There's already been 2.
Mm-hmm.
Are they just tying those in, or?
They won't, who gives a shit? It's Deadpool.
But is it a sequel to those 2, or is it gonna be its own? Do you know?
I think it's supposed to be both in a way.
Both.
I mean, because Deadpool 1 was kind of isolated. Deadpool 2
Has X-Men.
X-Men, you know, like he'll probably just reference it like, this is weird, right? And then that'll be all you get. I don't know.
I suppose.
But we'll see.
It'd be crazy if he's like in like Doctor Strange and falls through a portal, and then he's just like, well, this is where I am now.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, well, really cool. I'm really interested in seeing what they do with some of this stuff, and I'm excited that we get like 4, because we didn't have like any Marvel stuff last year. Like, we were supposed to get like Falcon and Wanda last year, or at least Falcon and the Winter Soldier was last year, I think. I think it was supposed to be and Black Widow. We were supposed to get both of those. Like, it was supposed to be Black Widow and Falcon, probably some other stuff. Instead, we didn't get any of those, and we got, I guess, beginning of the year was Infinity War, right? Endgame, I think.
I mean, we got the ending of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's all I needed.
Yeah, we did. So, but I'm excited to get some more Marvel stuff.
I was
in
watching
here.
Iron Man today, like during lunch, and Coulson first shows up, the first appearance of Phil Coulson. I was like, you know? But I was also trying to watch it like, what would I feel like if this is the first time I'd ever seen him? I had no idea. And I'm like, who the fuck's this dick? Seems shady. Like, there's like a shot where he's like looking at Pepper and Tony from across the room, and it seems real shady. I'm like, who's this man?
Well, I remember too, and then when it got to the end of it, and they finally said like the word shield, rather than every time throughout Iron Man when they keep on going strategic homeland, and they just they always just go, man, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Like, yeah it is.
Need a new name.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
So, and then by the end when they go shit, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Sure.
Why didn't I think and notice it? Of course, I was 2008. I was younger, and I just watching it to have fun, and I wasn't in my analyzing mode yet, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, the one kick too on Black Widow. There was a cool moment with Taskmaster where he like kicked the shield and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that too. That was pretty neat in it. Just getting a few little shots here of the Black Widow. And I'm going through it, but the theater thing was cool too.
Yeah, there are so many theater reactions of Endgame. It's pretty crazy. But I think the craziest ones, like I said, they're from India. There's just something about audiences in India where they won't shut the fuck up. But like, it's like the craziest wrestling match live show you've ever been to. Like, people are jumping up and down, going crazy, high-fiving in front of the screen.
So the opposite of Japan.
Yes, exactly. You don't get a lot of theater reactions from Japan, I guess, because I've never seen one.
Dude, it looks like the red. What's he called? The Hopper, whoever he is.
Yeah.
It looks like they're in the same room with Taskmaster. Like, he might be fighting Taskmaster or something there, which looks cool.
Yeah, that movie, I feel bad for it a lot just because it's been sitting around completed for how long, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I literally have toys downstairs that are dusty from that movie. Like, I got to clean them because they've been there so long.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at a few things through it, but I'm excited. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested in seeing what they do.
And, you know, I mean, this weird era of, you know, movies coming out at home, streaming, like, we'll get Black Widow, and we'll continue to get all the Disney Plus shows, but, you know, we're not going to get that for a lot of this stuff, which is unfortunate because I've loved reacting to these movies as they come out.
No,
I have to decide, well, are we going to do a review, or are we going to wait 2 months for it to come out and we react to it? But it feels like it's impossible.
And with that, too, it's like, do we wait 2 months and try to make sure we stay as spoiler-free as we can?
I know.
There's no way I would have been able to stay spoiler-free for, like, Star Wars or for Endgame, you know? Like, they gave you, like, that 2-week grace period, and they tried, like, hey, guys, don't talk about it for a while. Let people see it. And they're like, all right, go and talk. So, like, I was going to get spoiled either on Facebook or Twitter or someone just messaging me in a DM being like, oh, my God, could you believe they did this? I'm like, I haven't watched it. I was waiting so you could see my reaction,
like,
and you spoiled me.
Like, you know, when a new thing drops, like, let's say, you know, they've been dropping at 3 a.m. for us or so. It's really easy for me to just, in the morning, when I wake up, just don't look at my phone. We'll be watching it at 8 o'clock. But there's also been things like some releases on Saturday. We're not going to watch it until Monday. I've been relatively easy enough for me to just not go online anywhere. But I can't do that for 2 months.
Yeah, no.
I work online.
Yeah.
You know?
So, while it's been fun doing reactions, it may come
Yeah.
to an end and turn into reviews and stuff again as it had been before.
Mm-hmm.
So, sadly, but
It is sad.
it is what it is.
Well, we'll still have Warner Brothers movies.
They have
for a
several
while.
coming out in the future, at least for this year, I think. I don't know what they're going to do for next year. But Disney has this one, Black Widow, right, is going to be. But I don't know what they're going to do for Eternals.
Yeah. Jancy in the chat says, I believe at least all the Marvel movies in the video were announced to be streaming for release day. That would be awesome if that's true. I haven't heard anything about it, but I also haven't been looking at this because I knew we were going to react to it live on Thursday here on podcast. But that would be really cool. But we'll always have the Disney Plus things, which that's not going to end anytime soon with the success they've had with WandaVision, definitely with The Mandalorian. And Loki's coming out extremely soon as well.
Yep.
But I know for sure Black Widow will. I don't know if they've had any talks about releasing streaming day with anything else.
And we do have Loki, though, coming out. They switched that to a Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
they did.
that's going to be, let me look at the date, the 9th of June, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
June 9th.
June 9th, yeah.
I think it was going to be the 11th, and then they pushed it to June 9th, which is interesting. I don't know why, but
I
it was
imagine
just
it
Tom
has something
Hiddleston's
to do
just
with-
like, Wednesdays are the new Fridays. And they're like, oh, okay.
Well, the thing is like, these movies are going to be coming out. When the movies drop, generally Friday. They probably don't want, if they can set this new precedent of maybe Marvel on Wednesday, Star Wars on Friday,
Sure.
because
it
you
so they
don't
don't
want to release
conflict?
Bad Batch and Loki at the same time, I would assume,
That might be too.
Yeah.
So it could be that, but it could also just be getting ready for when movies come out. We want to keep that weekend free. Watch Loki or a Marvel show on Wednesday,
I
and
guess.
then go out in the weekend.
It's just weird they weren't thinking about that ahead of time if it was like, oh, well, Bad Batch is going to be
Yeah.
going on. It's like, what? You didn't realize Bad Batch is going on?
Sure, but the movie industry has been screwed over so many times trying to look ahead of COVID that, and we hit that deadline, that they're probably just like, fuck it, put it out on Fridays. This is the thing now.
Sure.
You
No,
know?
I get you there. So we'll be having that coming out, and when that comes out, we'll be trying to get to it as soon as we can. It'll probably be later in the day, Wednesday, like most live shows are, when we watch them first thing, and then. But Wednesdays also are heavy with other live shows that we got too, so that'd be a busy day.
Yeah,
Because we also have like Superman and Lois and stuff on Wednesdays, and
we do.
Flash.
Superman and Lois comes back relatively soon, doesn't it?
Yeah, we have Supergirl next week, and then it's going on break till like August or something, and then Superman and Lois is coming back the following week.
I'm
I
really
believe.
looking forward for that one. That's probably my favorite CW show right now.
I mean, they just have more money put into it. I think the film quality and just everything in it just seems much better.
But its writing too has really done it for me. Like sometimes when you have adolescent teen characters and they do adolescent teen things, I weirdly judge them for being exactly what they are. But
Yeah.
while they do adolescent teen things in this show, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
Sure. So no, that one will be interesting. That one comes back soon. Marvel wise, there's no other. I don't think they have any release dates for any Marvel shows after Loki, do they?
Not release dates, I don't think.
Like there's like
So,
She-Hulk is one,
I think
and
What
there's
If comes next.
there's What If,
Yeah.
and there's I'm trying to remember what else it was, but there was a few they had, but I don't remember any release dates for them.